Good evening, everyone. I would like to call this October 24th, 2022 meeting of the Planning Commission to order. As a reminder to everyone attending, if you could please address and be recognized by the chair before speaking, that would be greatly appreciated. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the September 26th Planning Commission meeting minutes. Do we have a motion for approval of the minutes?
So moved by Commissioner Keneally.
Seconded by Commissioner Surma.
Do we have any discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. The approval of the minutes passes. The next thing we will have is our open forum for an opportunity for the public to address the Planning Commission for items not on the agenda. If you wish to testify at the open forum, the call-in number for tonight's meeting is 415-655-0001, and the meeting ID is 2462-519-7389, and the password is 1234. Were there any voicemails or emails that came in prior?
Chair and Commissioners, there were not.
Do we have any callers on the line? All right, at this point, we will close the open forum. The next thing that we have on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
Commissioner Keneally, so moved.
Do we have a second?
Mr. Chair, second.
All right, do we have any discussion about the agenda? No discussion? No, I don't. All right, why don't we vote on the approval of the agenda? All in favor of the approval of the agenda, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
No. All right, the next thing we have on the agenda is our public hearings. We have a continual public hearing to consider an ordinance amendment modifying the zoning code in relation to landscaping requirements. Staff, do we have a report?
Thank you, Chair and Commissioners. City staff has been working on a text amendment to the landscaping section of the zoning code. After publicizing in the newspaper the notice for the public hearing, staff decided it would be beneficial to take the proposal to the Sustainability Commission for their feedback. The Sustainability Commission's meeting is scheduled for Thursday, October 20th. That's this Thursday. Staff is recommending that the public hearing before the Planning Commission be postponed until next month, November 28th, to allow time to incorporate the Sustainability Commission's feedback into the planning report. Thank you, and let me know if you have any questions.
Any questions? We will open the public hearing. Do we have any callers on the line?
Pardon me, Mr. Chair. My understanding is if we're considering to continue it, that would mean that we are putting it off. Is that correct?
Chair and Commissioners, we're continuing the public hearing, so in order to do so, we would first open it, make sure there's nobody here this evening that wants to comment, and then we would then vote to continue it and keep it open and to ensure that there's nobody at the next meeting that wants to comment.
Okay, thank you. I misunderstood.
Yeah.
We have no callers and no attendees. I would like to close the public hearing. Do we have any discussion?
Just a point of clarification, should we close it or should we continue it?
You would leave it open.
Yeah, so
Leave it
continue so I'll make a motion to continue the public hearing to consider an ordinance amendment modifying the zoning code in relation to landscaping requirements, with the note that I appreciate that it's going before the Sustainability Commission, so I applaud you guys for that.
All right, do we have a second on that motion?
Seconded.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say no. The continuance of the public hearing passes. Line item number 3, we have to continue a public hearing to consider an ordinance amendment related to changes to low-density residential districts to align zoning code with the 2040 comprehensive plan. Staff do have a report.
Thank you, Chair and Commissioners. Additional time is necessary to prepare the proposed amendments. As we were working on it, we didn't want to rush it, so we wanted to be really thorough. And the legal notice was published before we could decide if we needed more time, and we did need more time. So staff is recommending a continuation of the public hearing to the December 12th Planning Commission meeting.
Okay, so procedurally, we need to open the public hearing. At this point, I would like to open the public hearing. Line or email.
Mr. Chair, I move to continue the public hearing to consider an ordinance amendment related to changes to low-density residential districts to align the zoning code with the 2040 comprehensive plan.
Seconded.
All right, do we have a discussion? All right, no discussion. When we vote on this, all in favor to continue a public hearing, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. To continue a public hearing. We are moving on to other business. Election of the Planning Commission Secretary. As you're aware, everyone, that we now have another opening after Commissioner Keneally became vice chair last month, and we need to fill his role of secretary. Do we have anybody that would like to nominate somebody? Oh, we do have a staff report on this.
Thank you. It's short. In accordance with the Planning Commission bylaws, Part 2, organization, the resignation or retirement of an officer of the Commission shall require that the Commission elect a new officer at the next regular meeting. Commissioner Keneally, who previously served as the Secretary, was elected as Vice Chairperson at the September 26, 2022 Planning Commission meeting. Election of a new Secretary is required. The responsibility of the Secretary assumes duties and responsibilities of the chairperson when both the chairperson and vice chairperson are absent, and signs all the minutes of the commission as well as other official documents of the commission. Upon election, the secretary shall take office immediately and hold office until a successor is elected. Officers are elected by majority vote of all the members of the commission. Voting shall take place in a manner agreed to by the commission. Historically, voting has taken place either by voice vote or secret ballot.
All right, at this time, do we have any nominations?
I have a question,
Secretary.
Chair, for staff. When you say that appointing a secretary is required, for clarification, does that mean we're not allowed to leave until we do this?
I believe it's required in the bylaws, so we would need to choose someone tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, it's required, yep.
All right.
Mr. Chair,
Yes. Commissioner
I
Johnson.
nominate Brett Stursa as Secretary.
All right. Do we have,
Mr. Chair, I'd like to second that nomination.
Not if I beat you to it, Commissioner.
do we have any other nominations? I take that as a no. And I think we all, by unanimous vote, can vote all in favor for Commissioner Stursa to be secretary. Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Crickets. Welcome aboard. We can have a little fun sometimes, can't we? The next thing on our agenda is liaison reports. Community Services Advisory Commission, I have no report. City Council.
Yes, Chair. City Council, they've been busy. They met on October 11th And among their work, they proclaimed November 2022, next month, as Native American Heritage Month in Richfield. They discussed the new ordinance concerning the definition of refuse. They voted to approve the collection of delinquent fees via assessment and/or property taxes where applicable. They also approved an ordinance prohibiting conversion therapy in Richfield. They are in discussions to apply for a grant expanding Augsburg Park, as well as discussing funding for a Sheridan Pond maintenance project. And finally, City Council approved the authorization of a study and imposition of a 12-month moratorium on the sale of cannabis products here in Richfield. On 10/17, they also conducted a work session with the HRA to discuss opportunities for pooled tax increment funds within the community, and I think that will be of interest to our community. That's all.
All right. HRA.
As Commissioner Keneally noted, the HRA met in a work session with the City Council to discuss the pool tax increment in the city, and I was surprised to learn that there's going to be about $10 million of increment to be spent. So they've developed a TIF management plan that is available on the HRA site that goes over the various districts. And they are now talking about a spending plan there's some of the increment is available due to special or temporary legislation. And so there's some timeliness to spending the money. So with city staff, they're developing priorities for how that money will be spent. And it sounds like it's going to go to the HRA, that spending plan, and then we'll go to the city council, and there will be public hearings, or a public hearing at least. So if anyone has any opinions on weighing in on that, there's the opportunity for that. But that number is a big number. Stuck out.
Richfield School Board.
Mr. Chair and members, the school board, in addition to their normal approval of payroll and hiring and firing, they spent quite a bit of time doing an after-action report of the shooting at the football game, going over the timelines, what staff were involved, what the response was, and talking about related public and school safety issues.
Transportation Commission.
Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I have no report to give as there was no meeting.
All right. Chamber of Commerce. I don't believe, and sustainability. All right. The next item on our agenda is the city planners report.
Thank you, Chair and Commissioners. At the October 11th City Council meeting, with little discussion, the council voted to approve the Richland-Riley amended planned unit development and replat. That's all that was on their agenda from the community, from planning.
All right. The next meeting time and location will be a regular meeting here at City Hall, November 28th, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. And the last item on our agenda is adjournment. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that the commission do adjourn.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say no. Have a wonderful evening.